Today's video is brought to you by Squarespace, my go-to for building a website and online shop. Hello my darlings. In today's video, I'm starting a new oil painting portrait where the subject's back is facing us. That still counts as a portrait, right? If you'd like to see several hours of real-time tutorials where I recorded voiceover as I was painting, along with hundreds of hours of exclusive content and monthly art rewards, feel free to check out my Patreon at patreon.com/happydartist. Because I had misremembered the deadline for this painting as November 25th, when it was actually due on November 15th, I ended up having 10 fewer days to work on it than I originally thought. Yep, that was totally my bad. So since I needed to cram last minute, a situation I often find myself in, I decided to expedite the beginning part of my usual process. So instead of doing a concept sketch, scanning it, printing it, transferring it, and then spraying the panel with fixative, and then toning the panel, and then doing either a wipeout or a monochromatic grisaille, I decided to just go straight in and sketch with my paintbrush. In addition to mapping out the proportions and composition, I also wanted to create a nice textured underpainting layer so that I can selectively choose which textures to cover up with smooth rendering and which textures to keep translucently revealed for that artsy-fartsy look. Since this painting has a limited color palette of mainly earthy neutrals, I chose to use pretty much all the colors of the painting in my underpainting instead of sticking to just a monochromatic underpainting. This way I can control the temperature, vibrancy, and hue of the underpainting so that I can optimize the way it serves the final piece. I used ivory black, raw umber, burnt sienna, raw sienna, nickel yellow, and titanium white in the underpainting. And then for the final painting, I just added cadmium red light, alizarin crimson, and cobalt teal. Although those colors appear very faintly, mostly mixed in with other colors. So the colors for the underpainting, all the earthy neutrals, comprise the majority of the colors that you see in the actual piece. I also wanted to give the mushrooms growing out of her back a metallic gold finish, and to do so I needed to use a technique where I deposit voluminous chunks of white paint, let it dry, and then glaze vibrant warm tones on top of it so that it has that metallic illustrious sheen. So yeah, all these goals had to be checked off during this one single sitting. It was kind of exhilarating to combine a multi-step process into just one single underpainting made in about 2 hours. But you know, what can I say? I'm a rebel. I live life on the edge. Look at me breaking all the rules on a Friday night at home, painting at my easel before I hit the sack at 9:30 p.m. the underpainting ended up drying fairly quickly within 2 days, but the thick globs of white paint on the mushrooms were still wet. So in the next video, I'll show you how I painted around them in order to still make the deadline. And that about wraps up today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a great Thanksgiving for those of you celebrating this holiday. And I hope to see you all in part 2 of this video coming up shortly. And of course, you guessed it, my eternal never-ending sale is still going on in my shop, so if you'd like 20% off your order of prints and originals, just enter the code HOLIDAY at happyd-artist.com. And if you're interested in learning more about how to paint and draw, I have lots of art educational content on my Patreon page, including exclusive video tutorials, step-by-step photo tutorials, live streams, podcasts, and even surprise art gift boxes. All available at patreon.com/happydartist. I'd love to have you join my Patreon family. A big thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video and supporting the art community. I've been using Squarespace for 10 years now, and it's been an integral part of being able to make a living as an artist. Aside from their beautiful customizable templates and easy-to-use interface, Squarespace now has so many robust tools to help make website building be both effective and intuitive. There's a new design intelligence feature that uses a combination of industry experience and cutting-edge AI to help you make a website bespoke to your brand and digital identity. Squarespace takes the intimidation out of setting up an online shop with their intuitive e-commerce platform that accepts every type of payment method you can imagine, all with just a few simple clicks, so you can easily sell your work all around the world. Head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/happydartist to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Also, if you want to check out more artworks, works in progress, and just random daily artist adventures, feel free to check out my Instagram, and you can follow me at the handle @happydartist.